Now let's explore metrics in the Diffusion MCP server. So I'm going to ask it, what can you tell me about the metrics provided by Diffusion? So it gets the context about metrics from the MCP server and tells you the types of metrics that are available. As you can see, built-in server metrics, and it tells you about metric alerts, which we'll come to another time, and metric collectors, how to fetch metrics, and what they're for generally. So let's continue. Asking it now to connect to the local Diffusion server using the admin principle, which is standard with the out-of-the-box Diffusion. That gives you full capabilities. That's fetching all the metrics from the server, and it's giving you a summary of all the metrics that are available. As it says, there's 108 distinct metrics. And the names of all the metrics are there, so if you wanted to examine any of them, you could tell it by name or just generally by the description, and it will find what the metric values are. So I'm asking it to get all the metric values. It'll give me a view of the server's health in general. So here we are. It reports that the server is healthy, running normally. Tells you all about how long it's been running, the license, memory, free memory, CPU status, thread health, number of threads running, garbage collection details, number of open sessions, etc. There are 2 sessions, the one that Claude itself is using, and there is a console session. It tells you the client types connected, activity on topics, network traffic, connectors, which are the components that configure how external clients connect. And the summary is that the server is very healthy, which is not surprising because it's doing nothing in particular at the moment. So let's move on a bit. I'm going to ask it how I would set up a session metric collector. So first of all, it checks if there's any there already, which there aren't. And it gives some examples of what session metrics metric collectors it could use. So it's created one that monitors all sessions, another one that monitors by principal, another one that monitors by client type, grouped by client type. Now it's fetching the metrics that these collectors are generating. It's telling you about the metric collectors that have been set up and the metrics generated. As you see, sessions by client type, it's showing that there are two different client types available there, the Java browser client, which is the console, and the Java client, which is the MCP server itself. It's giving a summary there of how in Java you would create your own session metric collector. And it's also choosing to give you some examples of practical use cases for metric collectors. One there for a gaming application, one for a financial trading application, one for an e-commerce platform. So just suggesting examples so you can understand it better. It says once collectors are there, you can view their metrics. Tells you can list all the metric collectors that are there, you can remove a collector. So let's go across the console just to double check what it's set up there. Go to Sessions, Metric Collectors, and you see there are 3 metric collectors there that it has set up. Final one by client type. You can see it's got grouped by client type in there, by the client type property, which is the session property associated with the session when it connects. And these are the sessions it's reporting on. As I said, we've got the browser, which is the console, and the MCP server itself. So let's move on to explore a bit more. So now I'm going to ask about topic metric collectors, the other type of metric collector. And of course, it checks if there's any there first. Now it's fetching to see what topics there are there. And it said there's no topics, so it's going to create some sample topics, then show you how you can use topic metric collectors with them. So it's off creating topics now. This can appear slow. This is not Diffusion that's slow, but the MCP server tool interactions. It's just checking the topics it's created. It's creating a topic metric collector which monitors all sensor topics, and a second one which monitors market data by topic type. Another one that monitors all game topics. more example. Checking what it's created now. So now it's going to fetch the metrics that the collectors have been collecting and generating. And it has seen that it's okay, and it's now going to update some of the topics so that you can actually see some metrics related to updating these topics. Fetching the metrics again. Sometimes it gets the filtering wrong. It will try again until it gets it right. And now it's giving a full explanation of the 4 metric collectors it has set up, topic metric collectors. And it's showing you what metrics values it has retrieved from each one. Again, we've got a Java example of how you would create one and the parameters for making one. And it's showing you how you use topic selectors to select the topics which are going to be monitored. Showing how you can group according to the topic paths. You can group by topic type, you can group by topic view. You can combine the grouping strategies. It's showing all the variations you've got. Given some use cases, IoT sensor monitoring, monitoring financial market data, monitoring gaming application data, e-commerce data. These are all just examples. It's giving you ideas. If you want to be more specific about what you would like from your own data, then be more specific about what you're asking. If you ask general questions like show me how it works, then it will create examples like this. Shows you how you can view them. There's a JavaScript example. And the best practices of how to use them. I'm not reading all this out. You can explore with yourself and more specifically. Asking what you want to do next. Just have a look over here in the console, which is running in the background. And we see it has set up a number of topics here. Chess games, market, stocks, and some sensors. So it's set up some topics for each use case it was describing. And here are the topic metric collectors themselves, which you can see under the topics tab in the console. Shows the topic selectors it's used, the various parameters it's put in, So you can always validate what it's been doing by running the console and just looking at it from both points of view. So now I'm asking it to remove everything it's created, just for tidiness. You see it's removed the topics, the topic collectors, the session collectors. Again, you can see they're making a slight mistake with the selector syntax for removals, but it gets it right after a couple of goes. And then verifies that everything really has gone. All cleaned up. So for now, we'll disconnect and leave it there. Just to check, everything's gone. Yes. Metric collector's all gone. Session metric collector's all gone. So it's left it all tidy.